Namaskar. I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive online training program. You are watching us live on PM eVidya Channels 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube handle NCERT Official. This is our 5-day, 5-hour online training program on development of video resources. This training program is brought to you by Central Institute of Educational Technology, that is CIET NCERT, New Delhi. Well, as you all know that we divide our training program into 5 different days with 5 different themes where experts come and they talk on a specific theme and apprise you about the concept. Today we are in day 1 of the training session where the topic that we have taken up is video resources, policy perspectives, concept, format and scope. If you have any questions related to the topic, please feel free to get in touch with us. Our phone number is 8800440559. We also have a specific email ID for you, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. And on our YouTube handle NCERT Official, you can send us your questions, suggestions and feedback. Since this training program is open for all, I'm sure lots of teachers are also watching us right now. If you have any problem in preparing those video resources, you can definitely share your experiences with us and you can talk directly to our experts. We all know that when it comes to video resources, it makes the study really smart because it provides very interactive and engaging content. And of course, when you're involved in something through visual learning, there is flexibility, there is interaction happening. Also, there is revision happening at the same time. Plus, you can also speak to the experts and get the queries sorted. So, the bottom line is that I personally feel that video turns study into a smart and active learning. It provides a very engaging experience that is much needed when it comes to developing 21st century skills which we talk about. And those skills are problem solving skills, critical thinking, analytical thinking. So we can say that video resources are perfect for today's generation, which is literally digital savvy. So, to have more insights on the same, we have our expert in the studio with us. So, please join me in welcoming Dr. Pranita Gopal. Ma'am is Assistant Professor from MPD CIET NCERT.
Thank you so much.
A very warm welcome to the session.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, today we are in day 1 of this excellent training program that we are beginning from today. So, before you delve deep into the topic and you tell us more about the concept, the framework and policy perspectives, I request you to kindly apprise us about all the main points that you will be covering in the session today.
Thank you so much, Harpreet. So, it's my pleasure to be here to talk about the development of video resources. In today's session, I will be taking you through examples basically about what are the kinds of videos we can use in the classroom. We will also see the best scenarios in which we can use the videos and how we integrate videos into our classroom. Apart from that, I will also take you through the benefits of how videos enrich our classroom experience and talk about what NEP says about using digital content in the classroom and in our entire ecosystem of learning. Now, if I was to move ahead and start the session, Harpreet, and talk about the video resources and talk about the policy perspectives, concept, scope and format, I think a good idea would be to start with a very interesting and short video that we have.
Lovely.
So, on your screen, I will show a very interesting video.
हर पल चलती जाती चींटी, श्रम का राग सुनाती चींटी। हर पल चलती जाती चींटी, श्रम का राग सुनाती चींटी। कड़ी धूप हो या हो वर्षा, दाना चुन कर लाती चींटी। कड़ी धूप हो या हो वर्षा, दाना चुन कर लाती चींटी। सचमुच कैसी कलाकार है, घर को खूब सजाती चींटी। छोटा तन पर बड़े इरादे, नहीं कभी घबराती चींटी। छोटा तन पर बड़े इरादे, नहीं कभी घबराती चींटी। नन्हे नन्हे पैर बढ़ाकर पर्वत पर चढ़ जाती चींटी। काम बड़े करके दिखलाती पल चलती जाती चींटी, श्रम का राग सुनाती चींटी, हर पल चलती जाती चींटी, श्रम का राग सुनाती चींटी।
What a brilliant video.
Thank you so much. So Harpreet,
Yeah.
this video was a video representation of the text from our latest NCERT Hindi textbook Veena for class 3, for grade 3. And this poem is given in the textbook. This is the second unit. And by using this video, the teacher is able to explain and show everything which is very beautifully given in the poem. The advantage of using a video like this is the students then are able to connect what is written
Yes.
and remember the main points very, very easily.
True.
And that is the benefit of using video resources in the classroom. If I was to move ahead, before we understand what digital resources are all about, we need to take a step forward and understand what does the National Education Policy of 2020 talk about digital resources in the classroom. Now, the National Education Policy 2020 makes it very clear in its two chapters, in chapter 23 and 24, that e-content development will take place at regional centers like the NCERT, CIT, from where we are having this live session, CBSE and other institutions. And all these resources will be uploaded on the DIKSHA platform. The interesting thing which I forgot to mention earlier was the video that you saw on Cheaty was developed here at CIET. Apart from that, the National Education Policy also talks about the fact that platforms like DIKSHA, Swayam will be integrated across schools and higher education, and that ensures that content development is in the hands of the teachers and the students, and user-friendly quality content is produced. And if we were to look ahead and see, the National Education Policy also says that a digital repository of content needs to be created. When we talk about the digital repository of content, we are not only limiting ourselves to videos, we are not only limiting ourselves to simulations, but the policy has gone ahead to give us direction that we need to have content for virtual reality, for augmented reality, to nearly going up to 70 kind of content, which will help students learn better and enjoy the entire school journey. Now, the National Education Policy also has laid emphasis on ensuring that there is a digital infrastructure that is built across through the country, and digital content capacity building of teachers like these sessions that we are happening under the Ministry of Education will ensure that education is looked through a different lens and the needs of both the school and the higher education are equally met. So, a question that automatically comes when even in these days that we are with such technological advancements, with artificial intelligence in play, is to why still do we need video resources? Like the short video which we just saw should answer most of our questions. But for the benefit of all our viewers, when we talk about the video resources, we must remember video resources are extremely engaging because they are able to rapture the students as they use the combination of both audio, visual and motion. With these three combinations, students are using all their faculties and are engaged in viewing whatever is being talked about. Plus, it also gives them the ability, as you correctly said, it also gives them the ability to visualize better content which has been described in the text. Now, if I was to move ahead, when we talk about video resources, because there is the combination of auditory, there is combination of video and imagery happening, reinforcement of learning happens very, very easily. I mentioned earlier, in a few minutes also I will be discussing how we can use videos as a reinforcer of whatever has been taught in the classroom. So, when we use video resources in the classroom, we are ensuring multimodal approach to learning is catered for within the classroom dynamics in the classroom environment. Moving forward, because the teachers have limitation of time of 40 minutes in the classroom, they are not able to create stories around these beautiful lessons that are incorporated in our textbooks. With video resources, teachers are able to use the storytelling techniques, which is so interesting for students, which engages the students, which helps them develop their imagination and creativity into the classroom scenario. So when we have video resources, we have the potential to ensure that students are immersed through storytelling and are, a part and parcel of the character which goes through the experiences which are given in it. Similarly, let us not assume that videos would only be for language or videos can only be for conceptual understanding. Videos can be used for language and conceptual understanding, and develop language through conceptual understanding, or develop conceptual understanding through language. Later down we will be doing a couple of scenarios how video resources are used, and I am hoping that this concept will be clear there. Apart from that, when we talk about video as resources, we also are trying to ensure learning styles of differently able children are also catered for. Now, in all the resources that you're seeing through the eVidya channel, apart from the visual richness of the resources, we also are using sign language to help all students into the mainstream of the classroom. It is a very inclusive practice, and that's the advantage of using such resources. It gives you these small windows where everybody in the classroom finds the opportunity to learn and grow together. Apart from that, videos in themselves can include a lot of elements of interactivity. I'm sure you would have seen in a lot of the social media apps or in a lot of the educational videos, you can add interactions where the video is paused, you answer a certain question and you move ahead, especially if you're looking at a video through an LMS, or if you're using a tool like Edpuzzle, where you can curate videos, add in your questions, and then ensure that the student completes the questions and then moves ahead in the video, and not just keeps fast forwarding the video so as to complete the time. So these are basically the advantages of using video resources in our classroom. Now, if I was to move ahead, the advantage of using videos is also because the diverse spectrum of content which can be embedded into the videos that we have. Like for example, on your screen you're looking at the various kinds of multimedia content which can be integrated into the video. For the benefit of others, let me just give you a small example. We have seen so many weather reports where we have seen the presenter standing in front and the weather system moving behind. The interactivity which the video is able to give the weather presenter is one of the features of using videos. Apart from that, within the video you're able to create maps, you're able to create simulations, you're able to show timelines very beautifully, and like how I am showing you within this video format of the YouTube or on the eVidya channel, there is a slideshow also that is happening. So the richness of the kinds of e-content that can be integrated into the video makes it a very versatile tool. Now, apart from multimedia, like you would have seen in so many videos, we also can incorporate text into it. We can incorporate mind maps, infographics, diagrams to explain the processes, flow charts to explain sequencing of events and the processes, and the graphs to show the trends. Now, these resources come with the idea that a presenter is able to use these infographics, the textual resources, the graphic resources to create an engaging process through which students can understand the concepts that have been covered. Now, if we move a step further ahead, within videos, you can also have photographs, you can also have videos embedded within videos. We're going to see an example. You can have animations like how we saw the GT animation where the small ants did so much of work, and they showed how important hard work is and how we should not be scared of any kind of a task that comes in front of us. And one of the best examples that children love to watch is the use of cartoons. So when we have videos within the learning scenario, we realize that videos, if directed properly, if curated properly, if developed properly, have the potential to incorporate not only just motion, but you can add in text, you can add in voiceovers and make it completely engaging for students. Now, After completing the forms of e-content that can be integrated into a video lesson, let us now go to a very, very important question that all teachers have as to when do we use video resources. Now, in order to understand when do we use video resources in the classroom, because our class timing is just about 40 minutes and we need to make full use of it, it's very important to take a step back and plan as to how we are going to integrate these video resources into the classroom. Now, if you realize it, like all resources, we have 3 ways in which we can incorporate videos, 3 options with which we can incorporate videos into the classroom. And I'm going to take you through some of these 3 scenarios where we will see how videos enrich the entire learning pathway of the teachers that the teacher has planned for the students. Let's take the first scenario. Now, you all know that on the 23rd of August, we celebrated a National Space Day because Chandrayaan 3 had landed on the south side of the moon. Now, the concept of telling students as to how the Chandrayaan took off, what were the stages in which the rocket launch took place, how did the Chandrayaan orbit the earth, how did it land on the moon, is very difficult for students to understand and explain. So, the first scenario that I am going to discuss is, there are 2 parts to this scenario. The first part of the scenario is where the student first tries to understand how did the landing take place. That's part 1, the way this video can be used. The part 2 is the teacher says, okay, now you are going to develop a working model of the process of the launch of the Chandrayaan, the PSLV that took the Chandrayaan into orbit. So, how does the student do that? Because the videos that are available on the website or on our social media platforms do not show each stage separately happening. So, how does the teacher explain all this to the students? In order to give an explanation of the process of the launch of the Chandrayaan 3, we have a short video that again has been developed here at CIET for the benefit of everybody. The advantage of this video is concepts like Kepler's law are also explained very beautifully, embedded within the video. 2 concepts which children find it very difficult to understand is to how the journey of a spacecraft is not like an normal aircraft, regular aircraft journey where you take off from one place and you land at the other. Instead, you have to escape from the gravity of the earth and re-enter the gravity of the moon. So, for that you have the process of following an elliptical pathway. All these concepts are very difficult, abstract concepts that students find it challenging to understand. But I hope through this short video that we are going to play right now, it becomes a bit easier and it shows the benefit of how videos are useful in our classroom. So, let's have a look at that.
The mission of ISRO to the moon.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And what a moment that was.
Yes, it was such a celebratory moment. Now, the beauty of this video was that children generally find it very difficult to believe that actually the Chandrayaan payload was a small payload which came in the end. The separation part, the booster part, all these examples or the concepts for students to understand is very, very difficult. Now, just by watching this video, children are able to conceptualize and understand the various stages that takes place when a rocket is launched, the way the places where the rocket launch can go wrong, and what are the ways in which our scientists, especially at ISRO, after the Chandrayaan 2 was not very successful with its launch, then how did they make corrections and how they moved ahead and made Chandrayaan 3 a success story. Now, the beauty about this video that you saw was, if you remember some time back, we had spoken about the fact that within videos you can add in videos, you can add in text and weave it together so beautifully. Like we had the opportunity to show you the scientists who had participated in the launch and the success of Chandrayaan 3. We had the ability to show you the stage separation of the S200, the boosters, all the separation stages was so clearly visible. And with the background music, engagement also happened. The best thing about this video which you saw, Harpreet ma'am, I'm sure you would agree, was it didn't need much explanation because the video in itself was very, very self-explanatory.
Something that you, ma'am, said in the beginning: audio, video and motion.
Yes, yes. And it engages you to understand how the whole concept moves ahead. So that's first scenario. Just to recapitulate, the first scenario is if you want to explain to the students a concept before you're going into a discussion, or you want them to recreate a special moment, or you want them to recreate a science experiment. How do you do that? You're able to tell them, okay, you go have a look at this video that is before the class, and then after the class, we will discuss on the next steps, either for your science project or your assignment or the way forward for your session. So that was scenario 1. Now let's look at the next scenario. Now the second scenario that I have for you is a very, very interesting scenario, because through this scenario, what we are going to do is we are going to see how a teacher helps the students revise concepts. We teach poetry to the students. We want the students to remember the poems. We also want them to appreciate the poem better. But many a times we are not able to do that in the classroom with the paucity of time. So a video resource like the one that we are going to see in some time of another poem representation, animated video of a poem that was from our class 3 Veena book, is for your perusal, and I'm sure you will enjoy that, because this video again represents one of the most beautiful poems written by one of our celebratory poets of the country. Adding more after the video, please. So this is the book Veena, grade 3 Veena, and Baya Hamari Chidiya Rani is the short poem that we are going to see in an animated version.
लाकर महल बनाती, ऊंची डाली पर लटकाती, खेतों से फिर दाना लाती, नदियों से भर लाती पानी, तुझको दूर न जाने देंगे, दानों से आंगन भर देंगे, और हौज में भर देंगे हम मीठा मीठा ठंडा पानी, फिर अंडे सेगी तू जब निकलेंगे नन्हे बच्चे तब, हम आकर बारी बारी से कर लेंगे उनकी निगरानी, फिर जब उनके पर निकलेंगे उड़ जाएंगे बया बनेंगे, हम सब तेरे पास रहेंगे, तू मत रोना चिड़िया रानी, बया.
How cute that video was.
Yes, and the advantage,
very engaging.
Yes, the advantage of using such short videos is also, if you would have seen, the text also comes in as a subtitle.
Yeah.
So those children who find it difficult to read are also able to listen to the pronunciations and improve their own language ability. So that's the advantage what you have if we are able to use a high quality video resource in the classroom. So we've seen two scenarios right now. One is before the class and one is after the class, during the class, when the teacher wishes to use the video as a method to recapitulate what was taught. Let us look at the third scenario, and the third scenario is one of the most interesting ways in which videos are used. The idea here is that many a times we know of so many art forms, and I'll take a step behind and go and request you to remember the NEP focuses on couple of things, but it also says we should have art integrated into our teaching learning process. There should be no hard separation between subjects. Now, if you're teaching an interesting subject like English and you wish the students to see a play or you want to share the story, you can get them to do a role play in the classroom, or you can get a theatre, you can book a theatre and get them to dramatize the play and show them the video recording of the play. But because you also want children to be exposed to other kinds of art, other ways in which depiction of stories takes place, especially in a rich cultural country like India, you want to expose them to different kinds of mediums. How do you do that? You can't, either you bring in the puppeteer into the classroom, which is difficult because not all classes can engage a puppeteer who will be able to show the content in the correct manner. Not all schools and not all cities have a great puppeteer. But if you are able to find a high quality video resource of the way in which the story has been unfolded, it adds to the enthusiasm of the children. So Harpreet ma'am, I'm going to show you a very short video from our class 3 English textbook and Santur, and in the grade 3 textbook this has been shown through a very, very engaging medium, and the process of developing this video was that every video that you're going to develop, and I'm going to be discussing a couple of steps also here also, and over the week also you will all learn the steps in which we develop the videos. The first step is script writing and conceptualizing, then script writing also comes in as one of the stages, and the video that we are going to see has been developed here at CIET, and the producer who is there for the development is also going to be interacting with all of you. So let me show you a very different way in which a video can also be produced, which is equally engaging and is not an animation which really at times bombards children with so many sensory information and so much of movement. Instead, it is an art form that showcases beautiful, simple art yet engages the students. And that's the third scenario in which you can use videos in the classroom. When you wish to explain to the students the story that has been covered, or you wish to tell students that they need to revise the concept at home, they can have a look at this video. Are you excited to see this video?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so let's go. So here is the third scenario, and this is the example from a video that was developed here at CIET.
This isn't just storytelling. We are using shadow puppetry to bring life to Badal and Moti's story. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this adventure of friendship. Let's begin.
In a small village, a boy named Badal walked home happily every day after school. Excited to see his mother and find out what delicious food she had made. But today, something unexpected was waiting for him.
Today at school was amazing. I can't wait to get home and see what Ma has prepared for lunch. What's that sound? Is someone crying? Oh, it's a puppy. Hey there, don't be sad. You must be lost. I will take you home with me. Come with me.
Badal, what's this? What have you brought home?
Ma, I found this little puppy all alone, crying and shivering.
Oh,
Can I keep him, Ma?
of course, dear. But only if you promise to take good care of him.
Yes, Ma. I will look after him. Let's name him Moti.
Badal and Moti. They were the best of friends. Wherever Badal went, Moti was sure to follow. They did everything together, sharing meals, playing their favorite games, just enjoying each other's company. But one day, when Badal was on his way home from school, something unexpected happened.
What a great day! I can't wait to get home and play with Moti.
As Badal continues walking, his feet slips and he falls into a pit.
Ah! Help! Somebody help me!
Badal struggles to climb out of the pit, but it's too deep for him to escape on his own.
I can't get out. Someone please help me.
Oof. It's so late and Badal hasn't come home yet. Where could he be? He should have been home by now. Let me ask our neighbors. Bhaiya?
Yes?
It's getting late and Badal hasn't come home yet. I'm so worried. Could you please help me find him?
Don't worry. We will help you find him.
Thanks, Bhaiya.
Let's spread out and search the area.
Badal! 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 Badal, where are you?
Look. Moti is heading that way.
Let's follow him.
Okay, let's go.
Badal finds himself stuck deep in a pit. His voice echoes through the air as he calls for help.
Hey! I am down here.
Here, everyone. Here. Come this way. We have found Badal.
We will need a rope to get Badal out of the pit.
Yes. Let's look for one.
Please hurry up, someone. Oh, my son. Oh, my God.
Help!
Moti, the loyal dog, finds a rope nearby and races towards the scene with the rope clutched firmly in his mouth.
Good boy, Moti. Let's throw the rope down.
Mama, help me.
Hold on, beta. We are going to pull you up, Badal. Hold on.
With great effort, the group works together, pulling Badal inch by inch from the pit.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Moti. You saved my life.
Oh God, I'm so relieved that you're safe, Badal. God save your soul.
Just like Badal, we should always care for our pets and cherish their companionship.
Well, I never knew watching puppetry can be so much fun.
Yes, it is not only fun and
Yeah.
so engaging. The entire story was so beautifully weaved in into the classroom scenario. The children also got the ability to understand concepts related to puppetry. This is shadow puppetry and all. Like, let me give you a good example. So when we had done this video, when we discussed this video with other teachers, many teachers had also said that we can do this, recreate this whole script as in the classroom, where students also use their own drawings, use a bed sheet, and they are able to shoot these short videos using their mobile phones. Now that's the advantage of having technology infused into the classroom scenario, because as teachers we have dual advantages. We have a great advantage of becoming a consumer of such amazing digital content that is being created, which is very engaging, which is of a great quality, and ensures that our learners are supported at every step in the class. Second, we also have the ability, thanks to our mobile phone and other devices, to become producers of videos ourselves. It can also so happen that each one of us might have a hidden talent that we were not aware of, and using the camera we are able to share the way we engage with our students with others also, so that if a teacher is finding it interesting, she can use the video and share it with everybody in her classroom. So the three scenarios that we saw right now, using the videos as a precursor activity, using the video in the classroom as a recapitulation activity, or using the video after the classroom, after you've shared everything, to reinforce the learning, is the way videos in the classroom make classroom learning very engaging, and more importantly, it ensures each and every child is catered for. There is also an opportunity for teachers to use video resources to add additional explanations which they wouldn't have been able to do so in the regular classroom. So when we talk of video resources, we have to remember that each and every child needs can be addressed using this medium if we are able to plan better, and that's what the focus is going to be over the next few weeks. So now if we were going to move ahead, when we talk about the video resources, it is very important the teachers should know that they have the ability to use two types of video resources. These video resources could be curated, like the ones you picked up from DIKSHA or the eVidya channels, and you show it in the classroom. So that's a curated aspect. One very important point about using curated videos, which I would like to share here, is that as a teacher we must not blindly just use a video within the classroom. We have to be very sensitive to the needs of our students and ensure the language that is used in the video is understandable by our own students. So, and the second aspect which we need to keep in mind when we are curating videos is copyright issues. We cannot use somebody else's videos as our own video and use it in the classroom. So when we curate, we should remember our learners have certain needs, their needs must be met. There is the language which is used in the video is appropriate, the explanation is appropriate and is in sync with the words that you are also using in the classroom. And then the next aspect when we curate videos, we must remember is what purpose that video is going to serve. If we are able to check these few boxes when we talk about curated videos, then every video becomes an enriching learning experience. The other way video resources that can be available are the ones that we develop ourselves, and a step in that direction is these 5 days course that we are online training program that we are all going to be a part of. These 5 days will teach us how do we develop the videos, what are the steps in it. It will teach us how do we write a script for the videos, what are the points we need to keep in mind. If we need to produce our videos, what is the kind of a camera setup we need. If we are using our mobile phones, what are the aspects we need to keep in mind when we shoot the video. If we are planning to edit our videos, how do we edit our videos. Apart from this, whenever we have either a curated video or a developed video, we also need to remember that every video needs to be evaluated, because a video that has been created once cannot directly be taken to the students. Like, I'll give you a very good example. We all cook in our house. Before serving the dish that we have made with so much of love, we take a spoon to check if everything is okay. So evaluation of all video resources also is a very integral part of using video resources, and that's what we will be experiencing, we will be learning through in this entire week. So I will now request you, Harpreet, to share with everybody what all aspects of video production, of development of the video resources they will be learning through these training programs.
Well, first of all, I must say it was a very intriguing session.
Thank you.
And I have to say that the week ahead is as exciting as day one. Today on day one, we actually learnt about video resources, policy perspectives, concept, format and scope. If we talk about day two, we will be talking about process of developing video resources, which is yet another very important thing to learn if you want to make relatable content, engaging and interactive content as per the needs and requirements of our diverse learners. Then comes day three, and on day three, we will be talking about another important part, which is script writing. Now, before you develop a video, curate a video, it's very important to write a script. It has to be very engaging, understandable, easy, comprehensive, and also I think it should contain those elements which can keep a learner or a viewer hooked to the video. It should not be boring.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
Yes.
Then on day 4, we will be talking about recording and editing of video resources. Now, there's a lot of stuff involved when it comes to recording, camera angle, camera setup, choice of artist, and presentation styles, and then comes the editing part where you include graphics, where you include subtitles, and where you edit those errors which have crept in while shooting that video. And lastly, we will be talking about evaluation and dissemination of video resources, which is again very important, because unless and until you evaluate the thing, you test it, and then you disseminate the information, only then it will serve the purpose. You can't serve anything that's half baked or half cooked. It will not be of any use. So I'm sure that we all are looking forward to what's coming ahead in form of the topics that I've already shared. Since it's a training program, I will give you all the details once again. I will tell you where all you can access this information, which I have just shared with you. But it's now time for some interaction. After learning so much about the videos, about the presentation style, concept and policy framework, there are a few questions that are arising in our minds.
Yes.
So if you allow, I'll start asking those questions.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's take the first one. I want to know, in fact, the viewers want to know, what makes video a standout learning tool? Why can't we just do away with them?
No, you can't do away with them because you have so many things you can incorporate within the classroom. And the very fact that, as you mentioned, there was a scripting stage in video development, the very fact that a lot of thought has gone into developing a video so as to ensure the learning goals are met, makes a video a very valuable lesson in the classroom, because a teacher cannot do everything herself.
Yeah.
She needs a complete ecosystem of support, and video happens to be one of those ecosystems which not only helps her explain the concepts better, which students are now so used to watching. Earlier we didn't have televisions, we just had televisions, we didn't have the kind of resources that are available to children right now. So when we use video in the classroom, we are ensuring we are presenting students the information, the manner in which they are very used to gaining knowledge also.
Right.
So one cannot just do away with videos and say, no, I will not use it. Yes, experience is there, but it is a tool which we can use in any one of the purposes and ways of doing it. Yes.
Right. Now, Dr. Pranita, National Education Policy 2020 also talks about inclusivity.
Yes.
And when we talk about inclusivity, it's a myth that it is strictly related to disabilities. No, it also means different students coming from different backgrounds, having different learning styles, like we have auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, and visual learners. So I want to ask you that how does video support the, these varied learning styles?
So when you talk about inclusive classroom, you are also allowing students, there are, like, I would, I want you to address the answer, take this answer in a different perspective. Apart from looking at learning styles, look at it this way. Today I might be unwell, and I'm finding it difficult to concentrate and look at what is happening in the classroom on the board. But if I have access to a good quality resource, in spite of not being able to come into the class, I have not missed out on my learning opportunities that is available in the classroom. Then also, if I have ability to visualize, like some of us cannot visualize in 3D. It's very difficult for children especially to visualize in 3D. Like if I gave you the example when we talked about the Chandrayaan launch video. I remember one of the children coming up to us and saying, I didn't know that the Chandrayaan was so small and the rocket was so big. That visualization concept was not there, because you expect that the payload will be as big as the rocket, and it was finally through the video that the child realized that the payload was actually a very small part of the entire rocket. So each one of the students gets an opportunity to also self-answer questions through video resources.
Absolutely. When it comes to science or mathematics, there's so many concepts that are abstract in nature.
Yes.
I remember as a kid, when I was learning about the revolution of Earth and change of seasons, I could not figure out how the weather is changing. What is the movement of Earth like?
Yes.
So had I have access videos in those times, I would have learned the concept really better. But anyway, it's not too late. I'm still learning, and it brings me to another part that sometimes we tell children not to watch TV. Don't you think video watching? I mean, these video watching is just like watching a TV. I mean, what's difference here?
I love your question. I love your question. So if you remember, we had talked about scenarios.
Yeah.
The videos are not a substitute to keep the students busy. Please remember, video is a resource that you use with a certain focus. So it's either a before the class activity, because you have follow-ups of the video. Either you've explained the lesson before and then you're showing the video to reinforce the concept, or you have explained everything and you're helping students who have not been able to come into the classroom to see the video and understand the concepts. Or another option that is available with the video resources is, we all come with a certain limitations. We've not been able to explain the concept the way we would like to explain. We take a support system so that because of our inadequacies, our students shouldn't suffer. We are able to use video resources. The only thing, and that's why I love your question, the only thing separates videos from a regular television program is the focus and the plan with which this video is integrated into the classroom dynamics. Because when the teacher has a certain plan, whether it's a pre-activity, during the class activity, or as a post-activity, the video resource, she has ensured certain objectives fall into place and the learner is guided towards a path. So definitely it's not a standalone video. Might appear to be like you're watching TV, but it is definitely not, because there are objectives which the teacher wishes to fulfill in the process.
Absolutely, it's a very active learning and engaging experience that we witness while watching these videos. And now, ma'am, one last question. I think it's from the teachers. How can teachers, blend these videos into regular lessons?
So again, it's just going back to what I just said about the 3 ways, what the scenarios that I gave in. Apart from that, and that over the week you're also going to be learning about it, is when teachers wish to help their students learn or showcase videos, they also need to tell the students how they can maximize the video resources, whatever they're watching. Like many at times, children have the ability, because we are living in a world of OTTs, they have the ability to fast forward it and all. But if you insert questions at appropriate time, the student cannot move forward until unless the question is answered. Then if subtitles are given within these videos, a lot of students find it easy to understand the concept that is being covered. Apart from that, students also should be taught how do you use the video either in the slow speed or in the fast, the 2x speed, to cover up the concepts. Ways of using the videos within the classroom also need to be taught to the children, because almost all concepts today are available as video resources for them.
Absolutely, and I think the bottom line is that videos aren't a replacement for textbooks. They're like an accelerator, and if you're using them wisely, making them wisely, then they're a lot more fun, and they're faster and a deeper way to learn and understand the concepts. Well, with this, I must thank my expert for shedding light on today's topic and for this really engaging conversation and showing us those lovely videos. Thank you so much, Dr. Pranita.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and contribution to the session. And now, viewers, as I told you in the beginning, that it's a training program, so there is going to be an assessment as always. So let me tell you the ways to reach the page and to attempt the assessment. So here comes our CIET website that you can watch on the screen right now. It's our home page. You have to type ciet.ncert.gov.in on any browser to reach this page. Go to the activities section, and here you click on the workshop and training option. When you scroll down, you will find so many current activities going on, and we are concerned with development of video resources. Let's click here, and you will land up on this page. This is what's coming in the week ahead. All the topics are given here. Who all can participate? Everybody can participate, and please do that. Also, there are some objectives of this training program which you can go through. Here is the entire program schedule where we are mentioning the topic, name of the resource person, and if you are unable to watch the live sessions, we will upload the sessions here. You can watch them later. And now comes the most interesting part. It's all about participation and registration. I'm sure you have completed the step 1 of registering yourself for this training. Step 2 is watching all these sessions very carefully on these platforms, and then step 3 is to attempt the assessment, which will be opened on the last day of the training session, that is Friday, and it will stay open till 15th of March 2026. If you score more than 70% in the assessment, you can get a participation certificate that you can download from DIKSHA portal. And fourth step is to submit your feedback, which you can do by clicking on the link or scanning this QR code. Apart from that, on daily basis, you can share your feedback, your experiences with us on this email ID, which is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Now with this, we are wrapping up this day 1 session of our online training program, which is of course happening for the development of video resources. And now very quickly, let me tell you what's coming ahead. Here is the program schedule. In a short while from now, you can watch our session Sahyog, where we will be talking about speaking with yourself. It's an art. It's about inner strength. So please watch the session very carefully and do participate. This is me, Harpreet Kaur, signing off. Take care. Namaskar.